Hey friends, welcome to another episode of Queentuhan. This is already episode 9. Wow, time flies
Mm-hmm.
by so fast. So if it's your first time joining us, thank you for joining us. My name is Carla Lizardo and I'm here with Pia Wurtzbach and Bianca Guidotti. And we're going to be talking about all things pageantry. So to everyone who has been watching the show, thank you for being here once again. And I know that you guys are going to enjoy tonight's show. For sure. For sure. For sure. How are you,
Yeah.
girls?
Very good. This week was a busy week for pageants. I know that we watched the Miss Earth Philippines together. We had a watch party the other day, or was it yesterday?
That was
Yesterday lang,
just,
you know?
it was just
It
yes.
was
No, no,
only
no, no.
yesterday.
We've lost
No,
all
it was
track of
Sunday.
time.
Is it quarantine does this to you? So okay,
It was Sunday,
it was
a
Sunday.
couple of days ago.
Oh, wow. Talaga? Okay, parang kahapon lang. Pero anyway, so yeah, kayo guys, kumusta?
Mar, how are
Ako, okay
you?
naman ako. I'm good. I'm very good. I want to give a shout out to my Tito Lori. Hi. He messaged me. He's just saying that he loves the show. Favorite daw niya yung
Oh, nice.
Megan episode. Yeah, he said that he laughed with us daw talaga. It was super fun. So,
If you guys
I'm so,
missed it, I think you should watch it because Pia had like a really nice moment there where she pretended to be a turkey.
Yes. And talagang the turkey sound was so authentic. I'm so proud. So guys, panoorin niyo yung isang episode na yun. Lalagay ko sa story ko actually. Lagay ko sa
Yeah.
story ko.
And of course, if you want to listen to all of our past episodes, we are also on Spotify. So if you want to catch
Yes.
up on all of our Quintuhans, then you can do that. But on to all of our pageant stories for this week. Unahin na natin yung Miss Earth because we do have a new Miss Earth Philippines. Let's say congratulations to Roxanne Bayens. She is so pretty
Yes.
and she looks so sweet. And
Mm-hmm.
we were really excited to see her crowning moment. It was super interesting because it was a virtual pageant. So,
Mm-hmm.
ibang-iba talaga siya. I don't know kung ano ba, messenger yung crown at sash sa Elemental Court at sa New Miss Earth, but they got it the same day because they had their photos up after a couple of
Yeah.
hours, right?
I didn't
So,
notice that. Mhm.
yeah, so congratulations to all of the winners. Ang ganda. I love all
You
of the
know,
winners for this year.
yeah, me too. I love the lineup of the winners, and when I first watched it, hindi ko pa alam kung sino yung nanalo kasi 'di ba may nanalo na earlier in the day, tas medyo delayed yung sa YouTube.
Yes.
Ayaw naming ma-spoil. So ako hindi ko pinanood muna. Pero may nag-spoil kasi doon sa watch party natin, nalaman ko tuloy yung winner. But from the very beginning, we already saw that she was we already saw that she could win it. So I'm really happy that she got the crown.
So once again,
Did I disappear?
no,
a
you're good.
little. Yeah, but you're good. You're back now. But yeah, once again, congratulations to all of the winners of Miss Earth Philippines 2020. Amazing job, girls. Ang sipag nyo gumawa ng mga videos and everything. It was really touching and amazing. So, hands down. And I know, Pia, that we also have some news from Binibining Pilipinas.
Yes. So did you guys see the photo shoot that Binibining Pilipinas did with Bragais? So I saw that the pictures were going viral actually last week. Tapos akala ko nga ano to photo shoot na hindi ko pa nakikita before. Akala ko parang like hindi ko rin na-recognize kaagad yung mga girls because like this was something new for Binibini. Usually they don't do photo shoots like this to promote brands. Usually yung swimsuit and glam lang talaga. And then, that's it. So this time they did parang photo shoot with the shoe sponsor, which was Bragais. And I liked it actually. Sana mas marami pang mga photo shoot na gawin na ganon. Para din ma-recognize nung mga fans and supporters yung mga sponsors na kapartner ng Binibining Pilipinas. So I'm looking forward to more shoots like that.
I agree. It was very creative, and I love seeing the girls posing and looking fierce.
Mm-hmm.
It was super glamour. I loved how they looked. It took me a while to recognize the girls. Like at first I was like, sino mga to? And then I saw, oh, these are the Bini girls. And again, that super high fashion. Uh, it was really good. I saw that Bessie Basana, I think, was the art director. So congratulations, Bessie.
Oh, okay.
Bessie! We love
Hey.
you.
Yeah, yeah. Hi, Bess. I don't know if you're watching us. I hope you watch us. Oh, yeah. Congratulations. And then from one viral photo shoot to another viral photo shoot, I think everybody in the pageant community saw the announcement of the top 15 girls for
Mm-hmm.
Miss South Africa. They were flawless. I mean, every single one of them just they were beautiful, they were glowing, they were sophisticated, and all of them deserve of like a Miss Universe gown. Parang kahit sino sa kanilang manalo, parang bet na bet na they are like ready.
I know. It's so interesting how the pageant cultures are different with every
Yeah.
country. I mean, obviously, we all always have like 40 to 50 girls for Binibining Filipinas. We have like a lot because obviously a lot of girls also really want to join pageants here in the Philippines. But it's pretty cool to see how South Africa does it. I mean, imagine just 15 girls. It's like unheard of here in Philippine pageantry, right? But it's also pretty cool to see them and their shoots and everything that they're doing.
Yeah. And
Actually,
quality naman yung mga girls, kahit mas konti sila.
actually, I
That is
checked it out,
true.
and they started with 30. They actually started with 30 plus girls. So the 15 girls that we saw, they were already finalists, like semi-finalists.
Ah,
So yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Medyo they had it medyo online pageant din sila eh. Like they're doing things online. I saw they did Q&As online. So I think it's an ongoing pageant right now. So very interesting. Very interesting.
interesting. And speaking of interesting, we do have a very interesting guest for today, Mar. You know, we were talking about how pageants have really grown, and it's grown to be more
Yeah.
inclusive and a true celebration of womanhood. And that's so important, right? But at the same time, you know, there's still a long way to go. And during the years, like we're seeing all these change makers really making their presence felt on the stage. And I don't want to make our viewers wait any longer because I'm looking at our live comments and everyone's like, where's your guest?
Oh my gosh!
Here.
Sorry.
Ay, oo nga. Okay.
Kami abang, it's
Dami
na,
na nila.
titigil na kami, sa Queen Cup namin, and we're just gonna bring our
Ayaw
guest
na daw nila.
in, you know. She is an amazing woman, and she continues to inspire all of us, even if it's been 4 years since she represented Canada in the Miss Universe stage. Let's bring in Miss Universe Canada 2016, Siera Bearchell.
Oh, here.
Hi. She's
There we go.
Everyone is super excited to have you on the show. So thank you so much for making time for us.
Yeah.
Yay!
Okay, we can hear you, but your camera's just a bit frozen, but we'll wait for it to catch up. Are you there? Can you hear us?
Oh, it looks like we're having some technical problems for now.
Yeah.
I know.
Are we good? All right. So while we're waiting for Sierra to, while we
I
fix
can
the
hear you,
whole
but
cam-
it's
Yeah. Well,
still broken up.
oh no.
Okay, I think we're gonna have to try to reconnect, and then
Yes.
yeah, because
We'll have
Sierra
Sierra
can hear us, but her camera is
Okay.
frozen right now.
Mhm.
So we're gonna figure that out. And for now, I just wanna give a shout out to everyone who's watching. I know you guys are super excited. We're also really excited because ako
Yes.
personally, when I saw Sierra on stage, like nakakagulat na it's been that long. It's been, you know, it was back in 2016, but she is one of the Miss Universe candidates that really made an impact for
Mhm.
me. Seeing her on stage, it was really like a changing moment. Kasi parang
Mhm.
it was really a testament to self-love and just
Yeah.
being comfortable with yourself, which is what we've been saying. Like that's the most important thing when you join a pageant. You gotta own it. You gotta be 100% confident with
Yeah.
what you're bringing. And I think that she's one of those women who really epitomized that.
Yeah. What I really love about her is that she's also super relatable. Kasi yung nangyayari, di ba, after a while, you see these women in who join pageants. I mean, and I say this because I'm also a fan of pageants. Pag nanonood ako, syempre minsan hindi natin maiwasan na parang, grabe, paano ko magiging ganyan? Ang hirap maging perfect palagi. Pero kasi she's real. Like parang ako, when I watch her, parang I see myself in her. That's a real woman, you know? So then she becomes more relatable and a lot of people like really connect. And I love that she's not shy to talk about her struggles, talk about her journey, the things that she had to go through. And she'll be sharing more with us later on when she reconnects. I'm also excited to talk to her about that. Ikaw, Mar.
Yes. Ako, it's just, I admire her bravery. At a time when in pageantry, again, things were more, this is what we're looking for. This is what we want. If you want to be Miss Universe, then you have to do this. She really fought to change um, old beauty ideals. She really wanted to redefine beauty and beauty standards and make it more about self-love and diversity rather than just focusing on the size you are.
Mm-hmm.
I love how she pushed back. I saw the comments. I remember that she was being bullied. Very much like how we all experienced it.
Yeah.
People
Mm-hmm.
commenting on our weight, saying that we are not enough, we're not thin enough, we're not pretty enough, we don't deserve to, be where we are. And she didn't just let it happen. She fought back, and she gave us, her peace of mind, and she schooled us. There she is.
And then she's back. Hello.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, you're here.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome
No
to the
worries.
show.
Thank
We're so happy to have you here. We
you. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry about that. I could only hear you guys in like little bits and pieces. It was like doot 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 doot. It
Oh
was,
no.
I think this is better.
we're
Okay.
good now. Okay, happy to hear. How are you? How have you been?
I've been doing well. How about all of you beautiful ladies?
We're
Very
good.
good. Good morning to you because
Good.
I know it's very early in Canada. Thank you so much for spending your morning with us. I know you're also very busy. And guys, I messaged Sarah on like parang randomly lang talaga. And then she said yes right away to doing this interview. So thank you. Thank you for that. And the live comments are going crazy. Everybody's just really waiting for you. You have a lot of fans in the Philippines. I must say, you have a lot of fans here.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so great. Well, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's a big Filipino community here in Canada.
Yeah.
Even where I'm from, in the prairies, some of these towns, there may be 500 to a few thousand people, and there's always Filipinos.
Filipinos are everywhere.
True.
I think you can find a Filipino in any corner of the world.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sierra, we wanted to talk to you about your pageant journey. You got to join Miss Supranational and Miss Universe. How did you get into pageants? Like, how did it all start?
When I was 16, it's an interesting story, but when I was 16, we actually lost our home to a house fire. And we did a lot of work with the Red Cross. Like, they helped us out a lot. And then I started giving back to them just through talking about disaster preparedness, disaster relief, because we were not prepared for such a disaster in our lives. And then I heard about this pageant called Miss Teen Saskatchewan. It was a very small, like, local pageant. I had never really thought about pageants before in Canada. It's definitely not the same, there's not the same excitement around pageants as, say, in the Philippines. But I decided to do this. It was so much fun. I ended up winning. I went on to win Miss Teen Canada. And I got to be exposed to the opportunities that pageants present. Even in Canada, where they're not a big deal, there's still so many amazing opportunities, from public speaking to volunteer experience. You gain so much and you grow so much as an individual, as all of you know. And so I just decided to take that to the next step. I actually first competed for Miss Universe Canada, which is the competition you try to win to go to Miss Universe, in 2013. I was first runner up, so I was close, but not quite close enough. And then I decided to do the Miss Supranational Canada, one that went to Miss Supranational. And Miss Supranational was a good experience, but I just knew in my heart that my ultimate goal was to go to Miss Universe.
So you joined Miss Universe Canada in 2016, is that correct? Was it 2016?
In 2013 and 2016.
Oh, so wait, because I went to Miss Universe Canada during 2016. Were you there?
I think you were there. I remember seeing it. No, I wasn't there. So Miss Universe Canada, what they do, like, they have all these exciting events for all the Toronto girls, but any of the other girls across the country don't really get to go unless it's during the pageant week. So I remember seeing pictures of you with, I think, like the Toronto, Ontario girls.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
and I was so jealous. I was like, why did they get to meet her, not me?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I do remember meeting the girls from Miss Universe Canada in 2016. So I was thinking, wait a minute, did we cross paths already? But not yet. Maybe this was meant to happen instead. So with that said, okay, your the dream to become like to join Miss Universe, to become Miss Universe, because in the Philippines that's usually how it is. It's a childhood dream. Was it the same for you?
Sorry, what was the question? It just cut out at the very end.
Are we having technical problems again? Oh wait, sorry, I'm just So okay, we can hear each other. Just making sure. Pia was asking, like, here in the Philippines, little girls, they really have that dream to become Miss Universe, like from a very early age. Was it the same for you?
No, it wasn't for me, just because I think it's not for the culture as much here. And so I had watched Natalie Glebova win Miss Universe in 2005, but that's all I really knew about pageants. I didn't really know much. I didn't really know about the opportunities. And here, when you talk about the pageants, people just don't even really know they exist for the most part. So it's so much different.
Sorry, I think we got cut.
I think we're having technical problems again. Are we good?
We are.
I just want to give a quick shout out to our viewers from Australia, India, and Russia. And Eliza and Sandra Lemonon are watching. So hello.
Oh, hi guys. Don't worry, we're gonna try to fix this problem, okay? Kapit lang, guys.
Yeah,
pero hindi yung internet natin sa Pilipinas, guys. So usually yung internet natin yung mabagal, pero this time mukhang hindi sa may pera pala eh, no? Hindi. Tingin ko ano bang nangyayari?
I guess it's because it's international. It's our first time having an international guest. So these are just like growing pains that we are experiencing right now. But please stay, because we are gonna fix things, and we're just gonna give quick shout outs for now to all of our viewers. Yes,
ganun talaga pag live, sabi ng mga tao, wag ko daw sisihin yung internet. Sorry naman. Ganun talaga pag live. Okay, ganun talaga. Tinan mo, ang host nga nagkakamali pag live.
Hi, Alan. Humphrey.
Love from sending love from Manila as well. And we also have viewers
from John Paul.
Hey, John Paul.
Yep, John Paul, very avid.
Yes. Thank you so much for the support. We hope to see Lily.
Oh.
Okay, so when we were talking to Sierra before we went on air, she said that Lily was still asleep. Sorry, excuse me. So hopefully, we'll see Lily later. Bianca's speaking voice is so soothing.
Oh, maybe we should
Oh,
hear her
thank
singing
you.
voice.
Oh,
Oh, thank
Bianca's
you.
internet
I know.
connection is really nice. Yay!
Ay, congratulations, Ma'am Shi!
Salamat! Parang ako nanalo ulit. Joke lang.
Rowan Santa Maria said, is she gonna give mom advice to the other queens, to us? Why not?
Why not? We'll take any
Why
advice.
We all want to be moms. Hi, Simon Cabrera. Thank you for the love.
Yes.
We love you too.
Oh,
All right, here we go again. Are we good?
yes, she's back.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You know what's so funny is right when I come on and right when it loads, it's all good, and then it slowly goes downhill, and then it just gets worse and worse. And I don't know, what does it sound like on your end?
It sounds good
fine
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much
I think
better.
it's our
It's a little
internet on our end of this part of the world.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, let's throw out the next question.
Yeah, before you get disconnected again. Quick, hurry, ask.
Okay, I'm gonna ask. Okay, no, go, Bianca, ask.
Okay. You did mention about the pageant culture. So you did say that over there in Canada, people don't really know about pageants so much. Um, how does it work over there? Without that much public support, I guess.
Without much support and everything?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You know, it's basically every girl for herself, essentially. And so you will win a title through an organization, but from there, you really only have the support of like people you know and the directors, and that's kind of it. So, for example, when I went to Miss Universe, I didn't really have like an extensive wardrobe. I didn't have gowns when I was on my way to the Philippines, just because here in Canada, like people aren't as willing to like get involved and help. And so had I known that on my social media I could like reach out and see if there was any international designers, whether it was Filipino or Thai, really anyone who would let me borrow some gowns, then I totally would have done that, but I didn't know if that was allowed. And I think as well, when you don't have the same like teams and support, you don't really know what you can do. So for example, I thought to myself, like, I don't want to do something I'm not allowed to do because I know that the director kind of has power over me and they could pick another girl to go, they could choose the first runner up. So it's kind of an interesting thing here because not as many people want to get involved and want to help you. So you really only have your director and like your friends and family. And so it just puts you in a different position where unless you maybe have like a lot of money that you could spend finding people to help you, it's a different culture overall for sure surrounding it.
That sounds super
And
challenging.
your final gown.
Sorry, go ahead, Bianca.
No, I was just gonna ask. So you said that you went here to the Philippines without any gown, or you just had like your final gown and your pre-final gown, and that was it.
I'm sorry, I can't understand what you actually asked.
She was asking, since you mentioned that you didn't really have like gowns coming to the Philippines, did you already have a final gown? Was that all you had? Like, how did you go about it?
My final gown and everything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's the
It cuts
question.
out so much.
Yes.
That's the question. Like,
Okay, so when I went to the Philippines, I had a couple of more like dinner dresses. I didn't have like suitable prelim or final gown, and my director told me like, don't worry, like we'll get all that for you. And I wrote my preparation was that he would always say, don't worry, we'll have everything, organized, prepared." But I kind of figured, shouldn't I have like a suitable final gown instead? Because he would always tell me not to worry, everything will be ready for you. And basically what happened is he gave me a suitcase of gowns in the lobby at the Conrad Manila, and that's what I had to choose from for the prelims and for the finals.
Whoa.
Wow. So it was kind of a last minute thing. Like you guys weren't practicing walking with it like before flying over or anything like that. Well, I have to say that even if that's what happened, I mean, Sarah killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we,
you did.
we never would have
That performance was
And hindi na pala, it's not just like, I thought we had gown problems, but then
Yeah.
everybody has gown problems. I thought that, Philippines would have gown problems, but then hindi rin pala. Like, they also, like, they have that challenge of looking for a designer or looking for a gown, which gown am I gonna end up wearing? What color? What cut? Saan ko ipapa-alter to? Ganyan. Should I buy one? Should I have one made? So, well, at least now we know.
Yeah, with what she said, like it was just her and then her director and friends and family like reaching out to get everything. Like, can you describe to us how hard that would be coming into Miss Universe?
Yeah, because ako din, when I competed at Miss Universe, I didn't have a gown. Marian brought my gown. Nasa kanya yung gown. Sa kanya yung red gown. Yung red na gown, wala pa akong gown na blue. Like, forget about the blue one. The blue one didn't even exist yet. Yung red one. So, it's true that nakaka-stress talaga for a girl to compete knowing that wala pa. Ay, hindi ko pa ma-envision kung ano magiging itsura ko on stage. I don't know anong aura gagawin ko. What kind of walk am I gonna do? Hindi mo ma-envision because you don't see it, you gotta love the gown. It's yun yung huling susuotin mo sa stage, diba? So anyway, yeah, it is hard, and then that can also kind of affect you. It can stress you out and can affect your I guess your confidence. It can really affect. Kahit naman tayo, di ba, pagka hindi natin gusto yung sinusuot natin, nakakabawas din ng confidence. So, she's here. Hey!
Oh my God.
Okay, before anything happens, I want to ask you this question.
Okay.
Okay, before we move on to just Miss Universe, can you what would you say was the difference between your experience between Miss Supranational and Miss Universe?
I would say the biggest difference between Miss Supranational and Miss Universe would probably be the support that you feel from the organization. So, for example, at Miss Supranational, things were very, I don't want to use like negative terms, but kind of chaotic and a little bit disorganized. And you really felt like, at least in my experience, that the organization was just like, trying to rush you to things, and they weren't really there to support you. Whereas I found at Miss Universe, they were always making sure that, if you needed anything, let them know. There was enough chaperones for the women. At Miss Supranational, I think there were maybe like 89 of us, and there were maybe 3 or 4 chaperones. And at Miss Universe, as you know, there was 1 chaperone, I think, for every like 2 to 3 girls. So there was definitely a lot more support, and you could just tell that Miss Universe was like a next caliber of pageant. That was at least my experience anyways. Everything just felt so much more organized, and it was just overall a such better experience, again, at least in my experience at Miss Universe versus Miss Supranational.
Can I do a follow-up question on that? Is it true that at Miss Supranational you don't get to do a Q&A portion, or is there a closed door interview?
There is an interview. So there was a panel type interview at Miss Supranational, but when I competed, it was in 2015, and what happened is you sat, I think there were 2 other girls in the room with me, so there were 3 of us in the room and a panel, and they would ask each girl questions, but it was very interesting because some girls could talk longer than others, and they wouldn't really cut people off and like give time limits. So I'm not sure, the format may have changed, but there was the closed door interview. But for the onstage question and answer, in my experience, I think it has changed now. They asked every girl the same question, and some girls said like 3 words and other girls gave a full answer. And actually, I think maybe even the winner, I don't know if she answered in English. I can't even remember what she said, but whatever she said, the audience could not hear it. I don't even know if it really made sense, but Miss Supranational, it's more about the show, and they don't really care what you say, I think. So, but there was a closed door interview, at least in my experience.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, I know, it's very interesting because here in the Philippines, sometimes within the pageant community or the fans, they would talk about like how, okay, some pageants don't have a question and answer. And so I think at that time, years ago, Miss Supranational was one of those pageants, but I don't know if it's changed now.
Right.
There might be, yeah.
Yeah, I think that as well, they may have done a better job with their onstage question and answer with actually giving like only 5 girls to answer, because for us, I think they asked the top 10 the question. So I think they've changed it a little bit, which is good.
Mar?
Yes, no, I was just going to say that here in the Philippines, that's what they say. When it comes to Miss Supranational, it's really more about the show, how you walk on stage. Like they say it's a Victoria's Secret runway.
Right.
Basically,
Okay.
or Victoria's Secret fashion.
Yeah.
So I guess in your experience, that is definitely something that you would agree with.
Yeah, I would agree. It was more about the show, and there, as much as, I mean, Miss Universe is a television show as well, but there they really did emphasize like this is a TV show. It's a show. Once again, really emphasizing the show versus the girls and the quality of the experience for the girls. So yeah.
And one of the advantages of joining several pageants is that you feel the growth, like with how you approach it. So how did you approach Miss Supranational as compared to when you joined Miss Universe? Like, how did you feel about yourself? What did you work on? Talk to us about that growth.
Sure. And Miss Supranational versus Miss Universe, there was a lot of things different for me. My body was different, actually, and that's a whole thing. I talk a lot about it on my YouTube channel and whatnot. But at Miss Supranational, I was in a place that I was a lot more self-conscious. I was a lot more, I guess, questioning myself, because at Miss Supranational, I was told that I could have been better, I could have been skinnier, and all kinds of things. And I had, my friends and family who were like, no, I mean, you're slimmer than you've ever been and all this stuff. But yet I was being told on more of like the pageant side that I should be better, even when I was on my way to Poland to compete. Like, you're good, but you could have been better. So I went there thinking, okay, I'm good, but I could be better. And I feel like in everyday life for all of us, like, we could always do things better or differently, but I think we have to really show up to the best that we can in every situation, because there's always things we could do differently, and it doesn't necessarily mean that there will be a different or a better outcome. So anyways, Miss Supranational, I'm like losing my train of thought here, but the person that I was at Miss Universe versus Miss Supranational, I was a lot more confident in myself and also in the experience. Miss Supranational, I went there originally thinking, okay, I want to win. This is going to be so amazing. I want to do the best that I can. Whereas Miss Universe, I more went going for, of course, everyone wants to win. Everyone goes to a pageant wanting to win. But I also went there with the attitude that I want to take the most I can from this experience. I want to meet people. I want to expand my network and experience the Philippines, and more about the experience and what I could take from all of the activities and meeting everyone versus just the goal of winning. Because as you all know, only one girl is going to win that title. And as Paul Sugar always says, it's one girl's destiny. So as much as everyone wants to win, only one woman is going to get the crown and the sash. And so I think if you go there only with the attitude that you want to win, it's very important, but you might miss on meeting some friends or really taking in the experience if you're only set on that, like the very end, which it isn't going to happen for everybody.
Agree. We've been talking about that, like the danger of just being too over competitive. Because at the
Right.
end of the day, like not a lot of people experience joining pageants. And I love what you said. Like it's really about like the journey and
Yeah.
the lessons and friends that you take from the entire thing.
Yeah. And I think that once I kind of realized that more, and then, you know, hearing Pia gave a really amazing speech as well to all of us, and hearing Pia, hearing Paula, all of those things, you kind of think like, yeah, okay, it is one woman's destiny to win. There's one woman who's going to really outshine everyone, and it might just be the day, it might be the judges, it'll be a mix of things for sure. And if you can take from that experience all of the little things of like meeting the friends, the memories that you make, overall, it's all about the experience. I'm sure, Pia, as well, for you, your Miss Universe experience, you probably have so many memories from competing. Of course, you were the winner, but you probably have so much that you took from the experience itself.
Yeah, of course. So I want to talk about like you're like a advocate for body positivity now, and I mean I love that because I relate to it. I mean I think we all relate to it, not just beauty queens who struggle with like trying to be skinny all the time, but just girls in general. We all struggle, and it was really refreshing to see a real girl on stage.
Yeah.
You know, so when did you decide that you wanted to make this your advocacy? Because I know that you went through the years of joining, and then
Yeah. I think when pretty much when I was on my way to Miss Universe, probably because I think I had been through such a roller coaster of, like you said, you know, trying to be skinny, trying to be skinnier than I was, that when I was on my way to Miss Universe, it was like, you know what, I just need to be myself. And if that's enough for the Miss Universe organization, for the Miss Universe audience, then it's enough. It's enough for me, so hopefully it's enough for everyone else. And there was just so much pressure. Like, I don't know if any of you have seen any of my videos, but I was always told after I won Miss Universe Canada that I have everything it takes to win Miss Universe, but I don't have the Miss Universe body. And that really struck like a different chord in me. And I thought Miss Universe was about being confidently beautiful and loving yourself. And why is there such a focus on being like a size 2, you know? And some people are naturally very slim, and that's amazing. But I think I kind of had this like realization of, this isn't a bikini competition. There is a bikini portion of the overall trying to win the title, but I'm not trying to be a Victoria's Secret model. I want to be, you know, an advocate for women. I want to be a voice. And I started thinking about when a woman wins Miss Universe and she does all of her appearances, she isn't always doing them in a bikini. And so I just thought it was such a weird focus. And I know we're seeing a shift, you know, now, but I think it was kind of on my way to Miss Universe. I actually reached a point where I was like, do I even go? Because all I'm being told here is that it's all about my body, and that I don't have the right body. So I felt like there was more to it, and I felt like I need to stand up for myself, and, you know, for anyone else who's ever felt not good enough. And I think that if I would have felt confident in myself right from the get-go, I wouldn't have worried so much about my body, and my body probably would have stayed consistent, because I would say right now I'm probably a little bit slimmer than I was at Miss Universe, not on purpose, just because I'm not in this roller coaster of trying to be skinny and then working out, not working out. I'm just content, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please don't get to say this again later, because we'll move on to other questions. I just want to say that I really admire you for being so open and just speaking about this, because I think you're the only one, if I'm like really the only one who's this outspoken about it, and this open, giving giving just advice and making us feel confident about our bodies too, and making us feel less pressured too. I relate to that because I'm also on the curvy side actually. And
Oh,
then if you guys look at my old pictures from when I joined in Binibini 2013, 14, 15, you'll see the difference there. You'll see how every year I'm a different weight. And I relate to what you said also, that when you're at a better place in your life and you're less anxious, then your weight is actually more stable. So
Yeah.
I relate to that too. And I hope that whoever is watching this right now, I mean, it's already coming from beauty queens, less pressure, put less pressure on yourself. And I also love that Miss Universe gave you the chance to shine that night. I also love that they didn't take you out of the preliminaries or the competition. They didn't take you out because of your weight, because they didn't think you were fit enough. I love that they thought that you were deserving, they thought that you had a voice, and they gave you that. And I'm happy, and I'm happy that so many more women are listening to you. So in behalf of all of us, thank you.
yes.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I know a lot of people say I only placed because of my body, and I like to more look at it that my body didn't stop me from placing.
That did come
Mar?
up recently.
I just want to say,
Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Mar.
I just want to say that I think you are super inspiring,
Thank you.
and you are one of the like uh, change makers. I love this word.
Oh,
You are a change maker.
thank you.
You stepped up on that stage and you changed the game and you gave hope to a lot of girls who, feel so bad about themselves or even hate themselves just because they can't fit into a size 2 or a size 0 dress. And thank you for that. I'm
Absolutely.
one of those women. I love you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I needed charger.
Harder. Yeah, but it's true though. Especially we also have this show for pageant fans, but also for the younger girls that might be interested to join. Just be kind to yourself. I mean, it's tempting because when you get there, the insecurity will hit because you're with so many other women all day, and you can't help but compare yourself
Yeah.
to other women. So it just always remember, like, you just have to be kind to yourself, and that there are, we all come in different shapes and sizes. I think that what we really have to focus on is really being healthy, doing it in a healthy manner. There are shortcuts that will really take a toll on your health. Don't fall into that trap.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah, it's not about the weight that you lose, but it's about the life that you gain.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Oh, hitting us with the inspiration.
No, I just feel like this is just super relatable for so many women.
It is. And I think that so many people too, like, they look up to women who compete in Miss Universe. They look up to not only the winners, but the contestants as well. And so I think if all these women are going to these crazy lengths to try to be something that maybe they aren't in everyday life, how can we look up to that and be inspired to be that, just in terms of our body shape? And that's where too, I think for so many years we looked up to Victoria's Secret models, and a lot of those women, I mean, they train for hours and hours a day. They have very strict diets, and that's not realistic for most of us, but yet we want to be that, so it's a very complicated world. But like we've kind of said, being happy and content in life and realizing that maybe our bodies will change in life, that's okay. But being more accepting and open and focusing on different things allows our bodies, I think, to just be more stable naturally without thinking about it too much, because I think we tend to overthink it.
Yeah. One more thing that I want to remind people of is why, because I know some people are going to say, well, why don't you just take out the swimsuit part of the competition anyway? But Paula made a really good point when she said that it's there to show everybody how you take care of your body, because you can't cheat, right? So if you're starving yourself and then you end up really skinny, like stick thin,
Yeah.
That's gonna show when you wear a swimsuit. Maybe you can hide it when you wear a gown, but during a swimsuit, you'll be able to tell. So then I'll know that okay, this girl is taking care of herself properly, or maybe she's cheating her way into making herself look good.
Right.
Then to me, I think there should be a nice balance. The reason why there's a swimsuit competition, it's to show that there's a nice balance between exercising and nutrition, and that's what we should focus on, not making ourselves fit into the swimsuit. That's not. And I love that the trends are changing already, and I love that even the judges already know this now when they judge girls at Miss Universe. So Carla.
Sorry.
Sorry. Go ahead, Sarah.
You can see that I'm about to say something.
She's like,
I just wanted to ask. The critics are not kind when you join a pageant. So how did you deal with bashing? And recently, there was a surprising statement coming from a fellow candidate as well, saying that she felt that she didn't make it because Miss Universe was trying to make a statement by letting you get through. So what did you feel about that? And how do you deal with these kinds of comments?
I wasn't sure if I wanted to say anything about that interview that you're talking about, but I had so many people sending it to me and asking for my statement about it, asking for my opinion. And I think what I tried to tell myself anyways, to try to, stay positive, was that a lot of people are afraid of change, and they're afraid of seeing things that are different than we're used to. So seeing a woman that wasn't, a size 0, a size 2, whatever size, a slimmer size, on the Miss Universe stage at all was probably a little shocking for some people, and seeing somebody who wasn't backing down, I guess. Like, I wasn't letting people get to me as hard as it was sometimes. I was still showing up. I was still smiling. I was still confident. So I think that probably shocked a lot of people because they're not used to that. And I would say that was probably the biggest thing for people, is that they're like, okay, this, she's still so confident. How is she still so confident? We're calling her all these names. People call me everything from fat, whale, Miss Piggy Universe. People said I was promoting obesity. And as much as I was a curvier girl on the Miss Universe stage, I mean, it's just, I was, I'll just leave it there. But I think just overall is I had to know that, people were afraid of seeing someone who was different, and that I was outside of the norm of what they were used to. And as well, people are always quick to say things when they're behind a screen. And it was definitely challenging sometimes, but I just had to remain positive and know that they would never say that. They would likely not say those things to my face, and that I was just different. And a lot of times we're afraid of differences, I guess.
Well said.
Thanks. And I don't know if you want me to comment on the interview from the fellow contestant, but I was honestly not surprised about that. I think what was frustrating about seeing something like that is that they're making it seem like the only way to place a Miss Universe is having a certain body, whereas we all know there's so much more. Like, I mean, Pia can attest to this too, that I think that the interview is probably the most important part, because that is the make or break. That is the time where the judges will see, yep, she's suitable for the role, or you know what, no, she's not suitable for the role this time. And so just the fact that they kind of made it about like, well, I should have placed because I was skinnier than her, like that, it just doesn't even make sense to me, because that's not solely what it's about. And there's so much more. The behind the scenes is very important. How we treat others, how we treat the chaperones, how we treat volunteers, designers. If you treat people with disrespect, you can be guaranteed that Paula Sugar is going to find out about it, because everyone shares all of that information. And so treating people with respect behind the scenes is very important. And so, yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Mark?
That's definitely, I agree with you. It's funny how she made it as if being skinny was the only criteria.
Totally.
It is not. It is
Right.
not. And you know, even when we train here in the Philippines, we have training camps. I don't know if you've heard about it, but
Yeah.
in our training camp, one of the very first things that our trainers tell us is that whatever organization, whatever pageant that you're going to compete at, they are first and foremost an organization. So they're looking for a girl that they can work with, someone who is responsible, someone who's polite, someone who's professional, you
Yeah.
know. And it's one of the very first things that we learn here in the Philippines,
Wow.
that it's not just about how you look, you know.
Right.
This
Yeah.
is a job. It's a job
It is.
interview. It's
It is.
one of the craziest job interviews
Yeah,
in the
ever.
world, I guess.
Yeah, it's true. And that's where there is the closed door interview with the judges, but it's essentially however long the pageant is, that's how long your interview is for the job. So whether it's a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, that whole time, every day, every moment, every interaction is important.
I don't think also it's so much about them not being ready for somebody who's different. I don't think they're ready for somebody who's real. I think that was the problem, because you were real, you know, and you're being yourself, and you represented the real woman, basically.
Well,
So
thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a very interesting topic, because I know people will say, do you think you would have placed if you would have been the same size as you were at Miss Supranational? And I say, I don't know. Like, I don't know, because if that's how I felt confident and I was confident on stage, then maybe I would have. I don't know.
Well,
No one
we can
can
put
ever
that
know.
aside, because you made it anyway.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
There you go.
Exactly. And I was happy. I'm glad. I was happy that you were there. You know, no
Thank
matter
you.
whatever.
Yeah.
Thank
You
you.
are one of the most memorable Miss Universe candidates for all of us, and you really won over a lot of people. And you
Here in
continue
the Philippines, especially.
Yeah, I mean, they're already talking about, like, why don't we have a Siera fan club here in the Philippines? Or there probably is one. We want to give a shout out also to all of the Filipinos watching from Canada, because we also have a lot that tuned in.
That's
for
awesome.
today. And a lot of them are actually following your blog. So you continue to inspire through social media as well. So talk to us about, transitioning to doing these vlogs about pageantry and body positivity.
So the vlogs were something I never really planned to do. It just kind of happened. So when I would have been about 8 months pregnant when Miss Universe 2018 was happening in Thailand. And I had a bunch of requests. I had a YouTube channel, but I didn't really have a lot on there. I had a ton of requests to do a Miss Universe favorite. And sorry, that was my mother-in-law. And so I did this video talking about some of my favorites, and that's of course when Catriona Gray was competing. And this video did very well. Within like a couple days, it had like 100,000 views, which was like mind-blowing for me. I'd never experienced that before on my YouTube channel. And so then I just kept doing videos, and there was I'm sure you guys remember this too. There was a bunch of people talking about Catriona Gray and that she was fat and that she wasn't as skinny as she should have been. And it was like, oh my gosh. So of course, coming from the place that I'm in, and that really I had competed only a year and a half before, I just started basically doing, how I viewed it was almost like a news channel essentially for Miss Universe 2018, like sharing the updates, sharing my favorites, sharing my thoughts. And it really just kind of picked up from there. And because I was pregnant and I was like at the end of my pregnancy, I didn't really have a lot of better things to do. So I just kept making the videos, and they did well. It was so much fun. I was always invested in Miss Universe after competing, but I was even more invested in it that year. And then it just kind of carried forward. And it's been so much fun to like connect with people online, because as you guys know, pageant fans are so passionate. It can be good and bad, but overall people love seeing those like updates and, our thoughts and opinions. And so, yeah, it just kind of happened. Like, it wasn't really planned. And then we went to Miss Universe this past year. I took my daughter, so I joke, I'm like, at 10 months old, she got to see a Miss Universe win, which is crazy. But I know, it was so fun. Yeah, it was so much fun. So anyways, that's the long story of it. Just kind of happened. The vlogs and stuff just kind of naturally happened.
So now that you're a mom, is pageant something that you would you allow your daughter maybe in the future to compete in pageants?
If she wanted to. I think the biggest thing that my family allowed for me was they were supportive. They said, if this is something you want to do, then go for it. So I definitely wouldn't like encourage and be like, look, you should do this. But if she, comes across it and wants to, then I would say I would encourage it like later on, like after being a teenager, because I think in our teen years, it's just so much harder to face criticism. And even though there is a lot of positivity, there's definitely a lot of criticism for our teen years in general, pageants aside. And yeah, I would definitely encourage it later on. If she were interested at like 16, 17, I would try to encourage it for like later, but we'll see.
Our viewers are already cheering for Lily to become.
I know.
It's so funny. Oh my gosh. I'm like, okay. She's like not even 2 years old.
We're going to have to wait a bit to see what she decides on.
Exactly. See what she decides to do in about 18, 20 years.
But how's it been like being a mom? What's the transition been like?
It's been very interesting. Sometimes I feel like I'm like, oh, I'm a mom, right? Oh my gosh. I think that if anything, I've become more confident in myself and my body from what our bodies are capable of. It's crazy that we can grow human life. Not all of us are so fortunate, but a lot of us are. And so just the fact that our bodies are so amazing, I think that helped me as well in becoming more confident in myself, because I've been able to realize that we're more than what our body looks like. We're capable of so much more. And we all know that in day-to-day life, we can walk and run if we're able. We're able to do so much with our bodies that it's such a shame we spend so much time focusing on what it looks like. So becoming a mom has really allowed me to just see and feel what our bodies are capable of. And then in terms of everyday life, it's definitely a lot more challenging to do the basic things, sometimes to like shower or, those simple things. It's like chaos, like you are moving so fast.
Yeah.
But it's been so much fun. I've been so fortunate that I've been able to take Lily with me to so many places, and hopefully that will keep going. We'll be able to keep taking her to maybe Miss USA, maybe another Miss Universe or something. But yeah, it's been definitely a transition. It's more challenging sometimes to do the simple things, but it's so much more fun, and we make so many memories, and it's definitely a blast. I think I hear her now.
Oh,
if you want to bring her over,
yeah,
it's okay if you want to bring her over. You want to see her. We've got requests. Actually,
I love seeing your photos together on Instagram. You guys are so cute.
Oh, here she is. Here she is.
Oh my god!
Oh, look at her!
our voices just changed, guys. By the way, we just went.
That's amazing. She is definitely a Miss Universe in the making. Whatever she decides. She's a queen already.
Putting on a show.
So, Siera,
that.
aside from talking about your life as a mom and advocating for body positivity, what else can our viewers or maybe new subscribers can look forward to?
It's okay.
She wants to cuddle.
She's got the mom attachment issues. Okay, I'm sorry. What can everyone look forward to?
Yes. To your vlogs?
Well, probably just a continuation of what we're doing maybe. And then I don't know if this is a good idea, but my brother, he's been involved. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the videos with him, but he loves giving his pageant insights. And he was at Miss Universe with me. He was very invested. Actually, he planned a whole Miss India predictions and like predicted like, I think 3 of the top 5. He predicted the winner. And like, he doesn't know anything about, I'm like, how do you know? What? So he is very insistent that we should do some kind of merch. So whether it's like some t-shirts or hoodies, very simple, but we'll see. So that may be coming soon. I just don't know how that would, land with people. Okay, cool. Okay, Bianca's on it.
Yes, we got
We're all
one
on it.
customer already.
Putting in our pre-orders.
Yeah, pre-orders.
Sounds
Seriously,
good.
I think you should go for it. Who knows, right? I mean, with this blog, you didn't know that it was gonna become this huge. So why not try the merch? I think it's a good, next step.
Yeah, we'll see. It just, yeah. And it's a fun experiment. We'll see what happens.
And you know
All
what?
right.
We've been having like so many questions from our viewers all throughout, and they're all like, "Are we not going to get our chance?" You are going to get your chance. So we are starting our viewer Q&A now. There are so many questions.
Right. For our first question, it will pop up on.
Oh, and we also have viewers saying that they're going to buy the merch as well.
Oh, okay.
So there we go. All right. Where did you get the name Lily from Yan?
Okay, well, thanks for the question, Yan. My mom's name is actually Lisa, and her nickname is Lily. And so that was kind of my inspiration for the name. And then Brennan, my husband, he just happened to like the name as well. So my mom's nickname was Lily, and so that's kind of where we got the name.
Very good.
Yeah.
We have another question from Ja. How's your experience in the Philippines? What's most memorable experience? Love from Australia.
The experience was amazing. I know, Pia, you could probably attest to this compared to competing in Las Vegas versus in the Philippines, being in the Philippines. There's nothing like the support of the Filipino people for pageantry. And so I would say the most memorable experience overall was everywhere we would go, there would be fans taking pictures and cheering for everybody. You would see people wearing sashes for every country. They weren't just cheering for Miss Philippines. They were cheering for everyone, and they wanted to see everyone. So I would say that support and that feeling of love and excitement, that was the most memorable, and there's nothing like that. It was very exciting.
Are you open to being a judge for Miss Universe Philippines?
Why not?
For sure, let's do it. I would absolutely be open to being a judge. I don't know, because of my vlogs and giving my opinions, I don't know if that would maybe, if they would not like that. I don't know, but I would be open to it.
I'm gonna recommend you. No, you have, I love your predictions, and everybody calls you like, I saw some comments here, people calling you the Nostradamus of pageantry.
Oh my god, that is so funny. Oh my god, that's amazing.
And this is from Norby. Go ahead, Mark.
Sorry. What piece of advice would you give to a teenage girl today?
My piece of advice for any teenage girl, or really any woman, is loving yourself first. Love yourself first, because when you love yourself and you're confident in yourself, that is going to be the most important groundwork for every relationship that you're going to have, whether it's with your friends and family, a significant other. When you're confident and have that love within yourself, you open up the opportunity for others to love you for who you are. And when you have that good relationship with yourself, everything else just flows so much easier. And I think as a teenage girl, we want everyone to like us. Maybe there's a boy that we want to like us, and we'll try to do different things to make everyone like us. But the number one thing is to like ourselves and love ourselves first.
Love that answer. Oh my god.
I love
I'm not a teenage girl, but like
I
I'm very inspired right now. And finally, we have this last question from Gian Reginald. What is the most important trait that a Miss Universe contestant should possess?
Hmm. In my opinion, the most important trait that a Miss Universe contestant should possess is confidence, because that confidence within herself allows others to want to know more about her or want to know how she's so confident. And so I think when you're confident with the way you hold yourself, the way you walk, the way you carry yourself, the way you talk, that really gives this allure to other people to want to know more about you and, feel more like, wow, she's so confident. How is she like that? So to me, it's confidence. And we also have Pia with her smize. What screams confidence like that smize?
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I guess nice. So welcome to Siera for sharing all of those.
Oh, sorry. What was that?
Oh, sorry, Carla.
No, sorry. I thought you were saying something.
Oh no. I'm sorry.
All right. No, basically, I was just saying that thank you to our viewers for sending in questions. I know you still have a lot. Sorry, but we don't have enough time. Hopefully, we got to answer some of the questions that you wanted to know about Siera. But of course, you can also follow her vlog. And I know that a lot of you do so, but then if you don't, then do that. Anyway, thank you so much for joining our Queentuhan for tonight. It's an honor to have met you and to have had this conversation as well. So any final messages to all of your fans that are watching?
I just want to thank you so much for the support. It's so crazy still to me to see the amount of views, the amount of comments, just the support truly. So thank you all so much. If you do watch, even if you're just tuning into this and you've never seen any of my vlogs, thank you for the support for all the beauty queens around the world, because we all feel it, and it's just so important to have the support of so many people, and it's amazing. So thank you.
We have a lot of comments here saying that they want a part 2.
Oh,
they want a part 2. So
yeah.
So they want a part 2. So
yes.
We're definitely
are you game to do a part 2?
Yes.
if ever.
Yay!
Oh, yay!
We'll do a part 2, and I'll make sure I have better connection overall, because oh my goodness, what a disaster at the start. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
You're fine. Don't worry. That's me every week.
Okay.
All right. So that was
comments on a part 2. Everybody's just going crazy for a part 2. Wow.
Awesome.
Well, thank you, Siera. I want to thank you also for allowing us this time to speak with you. I know it's early there, and I know that you're also very busy. But thank you, and we're gonna have a meeting on a part 2. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
That's amazing. Thank you guys so much. It was absolutely my honor.
all right.
Thank you, Siera. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
And thank you to
Bye.
everyone
Have a
that
great
supported
day.
from all around the world. And that wraps up our show. Thank you for watching Queentuhan.
Thank you, guys.